Out again. Today I'm actually challenging myself a very big bit. I have brought out the AGFA film once again, and with the AGFA film today I'm actually using the Petri racer camera, and I'm around an old train track, abandoned and not in use anymore. And I'm looking for very different things than I usually shoot. So this will be an interesting adventure. Usually I'm a landscape shooter. I love landscapes. But today I'm actually trying to go a very different direction. Just gonna move the camera a bit, so like that. I've chosen to go with the Petri Racer because it's a very basic camera, and I've got the APX100, which is a very basic film. I'm aiming for what should we call it? I'm aiming for capturing lights and shadows and contrasts rather than shooting my usual landscapes. So my goal for this outing is actually making a series of 3 images that I really like, capturing the remains of this area. So I am planning to embrace the grain, whereby developing with Rodinal. I'm planning to look for just lines and shadows and contrasts, and I hope that my images come out in a way that makes me very happy. As you know, if you follow my channel for a while, you know that the APX100 is my nemesis film. Never really got it to work for me, so I'm going to try once again today and see what I can do. Hope you're enjoying this video and that you find it interesting to see me once again tackle the nemesis. I'm gonna sit down a bit for the next ones because I've seen some bars here that are really beautiful, and it's kind of a big bit of the construction of the bridge that I'm sitting on right now. I'm going to try to photograph them because the light is actually quite interesting here, and I will try different focal lengths on it and try to focus on different ones of the bars, and I will bracket between f8 and f5.6. And then I see a signpost up here, so I will see where I can go and where I can do with that as well. Yep, so I'm rewinding the film right now. Done a lot of the bridge, done one of this old signpost, done a few of the tracks, and let's hope that I have good images. I'm feeling quite confident, so I don't think this should be a difficult one at all. But let's see what it turns out like. Gonna embrace the grain, do Rodinal. I've shot very black and white images. I'm gonna do Rodinal to give some extra contrast and extra emphasis on that. But that will also enhance the grain, so I'm actually embracing the grain as well. Yeah, I believe this could be an interesting one. I will try some darkroom prints with it at some point. Not quite sure when, but at some point. Probably in this video, I guess, because that's basically the main point of this video. So there will be some darkroom, I guess, as well. So I hope you're ready for that as well. Thank you for joining me for this video with a Petri. Yep, darkroom work. I've been to the darkroom now with the negatives from this day, and I have a few interesting reflections. Really, actually, this film, the APX100, seems to work really well if you're not working with any kind of vegetation. Because it seems to me like the film is somewhat extremely sensitive to certain green tones, which is consistent with the profile of the film from the curve. But it's actually a lot more oversensitive than I thought it would be. So I'm just gonna quickly show you the prints that I just made. Here is the one of that fence from the bridge, and I'll try to put it in the thirds. You know, it's a little bit blown out here, but in general, I think this was a good exposure for this image. I think it works pretty well. And then I did one that I put in a little bit lighter tone. That's this one, from one of the first I took. It's from that divider thing, and it's also quite a good match, I think. I'm using using glove this time because it is a lot of could be some fix left on some of it, and I don't want any fix to go on my paper before I'm printing the last one. Right now I'm going to turn my attention towards the last print that I'm going to do, and that is the traffic light thing that I took to the last time or something like that, the last pictures I took, and I hope that you will enjoy watching me do that one as well, and I will come back with a few reflections. Really struggling with this one. At least now, when I just did only contrast 0, I managed to get some detail in that lighting, in the old light. But this is proving to be a really difficult print to make, because the sky is very blown out. The film is insanely sensitive to greens, so the greens are quite light as well. And then again, you have these very deep shadows. I don't think I can get it any better than this today. This is contrast 0 for 25 seconds, I think it was. But you know, there's probably a better way to do that, and if anyone knows, please drop me a comment. Anyway, interesting fact about the APX100, by the way, is that it actually gives finer grain with Rodinal stand development than it does with ID11. Because I used for this particular one, I actually used Rodinal stand development 1+100 for an hour, exposed at 50, and it is just brilliant what it looks like, the grain with that developer. Anyway, this was kind of the first really successful video I had with the APX100, so I might try another one in similar context with a different camera and maybe a different subject, but I'm actually quite happy with this one. I hope this video wasn't too long for you, and I hope you joined it for most of the video. So, and thank you then ever so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.